This is James Marshall, First to Find Gold, Section 4, the last chapter. Marshall described the tests he had conducted. Sutter listened intently. Then he went over to the bookshelf and pulled out an encyclopedia. Sutter read aloud about the qualities and properties of gold. As one final test, he dipped the nugget in nitric acid. The nugget did not change. Sutter was convinced. It was gold. Sutter sighed and ran his hands over his eyes. Gold. Well, isn't that fantastic? Marshall said, bubbling with excitement. No, snapped Sutter abruptly. No, James, don't you see this will ruin us? What are you talking about? Cried Marshall. It's a dream come true. Sooner or later this news is going to get out, and then we'll have gold diggers crawling all over our land. Our workers will run off to look for gold, and we'll have to shut down the mill. Gold will be disastrous for us. The Indians have a legend about gold. They say that whoever finds gold will have bad luck. Marshall did not believe a word of this. He laughed and told Sutter to stop worrying. But still 6 months later, Marshall was no longer laughing. Word of his discovery had leaked out. Miners flocked to his land. They set up campsites all around Sutter's sawmill. Everyone ignored Marshall's attempt to protect his territory. Sutter and Marshall were forced to give up their claim to the land. Sutter's predictions were coming true. The workers at the sawmill deserted their posts. They too went off into the hills in search of gold. Marshall was left with a beautiful new sawmill and no one to help him run it. All of his hopes for great fortunes were disappearing. Relations with the Coloma Indians worsened in a hurry. The gold diggers did not respect any of the tribe's rights. The Indians felt threatened by the large numbers of men arriving each week. Hostility and bloodshed broke out between the Indians and the miners. Throughout 1848, Marshall watched helplessly as the hopes for success crumbled around him. Without help to run the sawmill, he and Sutter were forced to close it. For a while Marshall joined the other gold diggers. Some of the miners thought that Marshall had magic power to find gold. One time a group of rowdy men threatened to hang him if he didn't lead them to gold. Other than the first nugget, however, James Marshall did not have any luck finding gold. He never found more than a few ounces. Marshall recalled the Indian legends Sutter had told him. He wondered when this bad luck would end.